Hi there, welcome to or welcome back to Lorena's Labyrinth. I'm Anah. Today's video actually will hopefully just be a very short one. In this one we're going to talk about spiritual hygiene, the need for it, and how to do it very, very simply every day as part of maintaining optimal health. Now, this is a technique and strategy that I've drawn upon myself. I've used it, use it regularly. For my clients, I also give it to them as well as part of maintaining their health. And for my mentees, if I've had people that I've been working with to try and help them to develop their own gifts and increase their vibrational aura, then I will give this strategy to them as well. Sorry about all the humming and ahhing. I'm still getting used to this business of talking to myself on a computer. But anyway, moving on, I recommend spiritual hygiene. But before we start talking about it, we've got to talk about the disclaimer. So I must remind you that any of the content that I put on my channel, Lorena's Labyrinth, is for general purposes only. It is not designed to replace professional medical advice or any other advice. Anything that relates to health generally can be used in conjunction with your doctor's or professional, what do they call, clinical advice, whatever. It can usually be worked with that, but if in doubt, have a chat with your doctor, because nothing is designed to replace medical treatment. A lot of the time, most of the stuff I put up can actually be used in conjunction with whatever treatment plans you've got happening. But onus of responsibility is on you to follow your own good judgment and your own discretion with any of the information that I provide. So when we talk about hygiene, I think it goes without saying that everyone is aware that across the course of a day, we're going to come in contact with other people or environmental elements that are going to create bacteria on our body. And also our body has capacity to create bacteria all on its own, as we know, just through the body processes of perspiration or eating. You end up with oral bacteria. Now, many people are not aware that even if they're living as a hermit, they're going to potentially be impacted by something around them. I mean, it could even be an animal or whatever that is going to interact with their own energy fields and potentially disrupt it. So that can intrude on good function and balance of the chakra and auras. This may be new to you. I don't really actually imagine that I need to speak with people and explain to them why they need to be having a shower and a bath. I'm pretty sure that most people are aware and probably do practice it daily. And if they don't practice it daily, they will be aware of the need to at least brush their teeth a couple of times a day, have a shower and wash their hair regularly, things like that. They will also be aware that if they neglect their physical hygiene, especially over the long term, then they can end up with compromised health issues such as skin infections. They can contract enduring diseases that might impact on them for the rest of their lives, or might even, in worst case scenarios, result in an early demise for them, or demise, if that's how you pronounce the word. I'm clearly not thinking well today. So spiritual hygiene is pretty well the same as personal hygiene. It's like having a shower for your aura, and in the process you align all of your chakras. If you do it properly, you remove any etheric debris from your aura. Your aura is basically purified and detoxified of any of the dross and heaviness, and this allows for optimal function. And realistically, if our chakras are out of whack anyway, we're also going to experience all sorts of problems with it. I'll go on to that in a minute. I just want to make mention of the colour blue here that I've got in the slides. Well, how does it work? Okay, so if we're practicing good spiritual hygiene, what we're doing is taking it a little bit further than removing any blockages that might be in the chakras or whatever. We're clearing all the auric layers. We're making sure that they are smooth, free of rips and tears. We're doing maintenance on the aura at the same time as aligning and supporting the function of the chakras, which in turn obviously supports good overall health and well-being. Now, it doesn't need to be difficult to do. It doesn't even need to be a lengthy process. And as with any new thing, the more we do it, the quicker it gets. Now, think about this. The only reason that it takes you, I don't know whether actually it does. I have an electric toothbrush, for example. So if I'm going to do my dental hygiene, I know it's going to take me about 3 minutes to do my teeth. The same could be said for having a shower. It really doesn't, or to do the spiritual hygiene, it doesn't have to take a long time. Actually, we can go back to having a shower, because I remember, I think I saw a long time ago, when we're in these communities where we don't have a lot of water, they actually promote to us, have your showers in 3 minutes. And oh my God, that just reminded me, my father put a timer on the shower head. And so if you had to wash your hair, anyway, this is just a bit of a total deviation. If you were trying to wash your hair in 3 minutes and do your body, it was always a bit of a nightmare, but such is life. Moving on. Spiritual hygiene can be quite quick and easy. So as with your physical hygiene, a spiritual hygiene activity can be done really quickly. It can be done at least daily. It can be done multiple times a day if you need, and it doesn't have to take any time away from your daily schedule. Now, the point I'm going to make with this, I'm going to do a bit of emphasis here, is I worked with a Tibetan lady who had done the tours up and down. Well, I don't think she personally had done the tours up and down Mount Everest. They'd gone to Nepal. I think she worked with the tourists that were there before they went up with the guides. I don't think she was a Sherpa by any means. But what I do remember, and a good take-home message for everybody, is she said all these people that come to Mount Everest, Nepal, Tibet, all these places, she said they just blow our mind. She said because for us, spirituality and energy is a part of our life. She said it's a way of our life, and we adopt it into our daily activities. She said we don't spend half an hour or say we can't go anywhere because we've actually got our morning meditation or whatever. They actually include that in their daily activities. And this is the same with spiritual hygiene. You don't have to dedicate specific time, set it aside to do it. You just need to incorporate it into your day. And this is the beauty of the strategy I'm going to give you now. And here's why it can be done so quickly. You can do it at the same time as you are having your shower or bath. You don't need to set aside time for it. You just incorporate it into your other daily activities. And the best time to do it is actually under the shower. So first of all, before you begin the activity, as with any spiritual activity, you focus your intent. Either in this instance before you hop into the shower or as you're stepping into the shower. You invoke your creator, your guardians and your guides to purify and detoxify your aura across all layers, that they are going to repair any rips and tears in the aura and the auric layers, smoothing them out, balancing them so that you're centered. As with the previous images, when the aura is perfectly balanced, the person is sitting directly in the middle of them, and it's not like if you were looking at the image that you would have what demonstrates to be 1.5 meters on one side and 10 meters on the other. It's balanced. It's the perfect sphere, right, with the person sitting in the middle, and that's you. So this is what you're trying to aim for with the auric layers and the auric balance. When it comes to the chakras, of course, what you're looking to do is to have them not only perfectly sized, the perfect size for each chakra function, but the color is correct, that they're also purified, all debris and dross is removed, and that they are spinning at the correct rate, and that they are in the perfect alignment for perfect function. So you invoke this before you step into the shower. Then once you've stepped into the shower, you simply close your eyes because you've done the invocation. You don't have to worry about trying hard to visualize a chakra having this happen and that happen. You are not forcing and directing this cleansing, if you like. You're not the director of this spiritual hygiene activity. You are the active participant because you have invoked your guardians and guides and the creator to give this to you. So therefore you've asked them for help. You step out of the way and you let them do it. And your contribution to this activity is through focusing your intent. And that is that you get under the shower, you close your eyes, and you imagine the water flowing from the top of your crown, out of the shower head, through your crown and down your body. But you also visualize that this water is a beautiful sapphire blue color. Now, bearing in mind that everything is about, or is as effective as the person that's doing the activity and how comfortable it feels for them. Some people are going to feel perfectly comfortable just visualizing the blue, this beautiful sapphire blue, swirling around them and through them and down them, doing all this clearing. Some people like it to be a snake, like winding around their body, and then it gets pushed from the feet, from the bottom of the shower, shall we say, down the drain, just like if you were doing an exhale after holding the spiritual breath. By the way, you can incorporate your sacred breath into this activity, and I would encourage that. And then you just do that push on the exhale, and instead of pushing it out through the mouth, you visualize that push pushing the blue coloured water down through the shower hole, for want of a better description. Let me know how you go with this, because I'm always interested in people's feedback. So if you're really short of time, or you're feeling really bogged down and you think, well, actually I need more than 3 minutes, I probably need a 10-minute shower, but I just don't have time to do it, you can actually invoke that with your guides and angels, that they continue this healing for as long as need be, but not, you just got to work on the way you word it, because you don't want the healing activity to be intrusive if you're driving and things like that. So it's like you just put it out there, you ask them to take care of it for you, to continue the process, and you give thanks, because as you ask, you know that it's done. So anyway, just to explain in different words, because obviously the way we interpret language is different for all of us, when you're doing this exercise, you can do it as if you were doing a sacred breath, and on the inhale you draw in the electric sapphire blue colour through the top of your head, you swirl it around your body, snaking it. This is all on the inhale and the holding, and as you exhale, obviously when you push the air out of your lungs, it's going to come out through your mouth, but what you visualize is that on the push, it goes out through your feet and down the shower drain, and you would do this breath work for 3 to 5 repetitions. So as discussed before, intention is everything, and when you're doing invocation and focusing your intent in your mind's eye and the purity of your heart, your intention includes that the sapphire water that is funneled down your body and down the drain takes away any of the energetic impurities within your auric layers, so that your body is now free of any of the dross and anything that is less than loving, that has capacity to bog you down through your daily activities. And the water goes down the drain and is then taken care of by Mother Nature, who transmutes it into positive healing energy. So let's just do a little bit of calculation here, right? So focusing your intent, once you've worked out exactly how you're going to focus your intent for each spiritual hygiene activity, that'll probably take you 30 seconds as you're getting into the shower, or before you get into the shower. Then when you're actually in the shower, a breath cycle at best is, if you're really good at it and done it for years, is 7 seconds per breath or hold. So you're looking at 28 seconds per hold, but most people would be doing repetitions of 3. So 15, let's say 15 seconds per repetition. You can actually complete the sapphire blue cycle visualization within about 1.5 minutes. Now that will leave you a bit of extra time, which is a really good idea, to actually go from the sapphire and then start breathing in white, right? Change the sapphire to the white. And this is because if you think about the fact that the human body, or the aura, if we equate this to a cup, right? You get a cup of dirty water, and when you are taking out all the sand or sediment that's lying at the bottom of the glass, right? The cup goes from being full to 3/4 full to, depending on how dirty it was, to half full, or maybe even a quarter fill. So you're going to feel depleted unless you do a top up. So we clear with the blue, and then we bring this beautiful white in. Now white, I say, but most people think, oh, it's just white, it's flat, it's white like the inside of an eggshell. No, it's not. White in its true purity carries all the colours of the rainbow. So it's more like the colour, the inside of a mother of pearl is probably a little bit green. Probably got a little bit too much of that. So the best description is actually the colour of the pearl, or even a rainbow moonstone, where when you look at it you see white, but when you look at it from different angles you start to get all the shimmery shades coming through. So this is the kind of white that you want to go on to after this electric sapphire. You do that, you clear first, you empty the cup, then you bring the white rainbow through and you refill the cup, and at that point in time you're going to feel much lighter, much brighter, much happier, and more content than you were before. And you're set to start a positive day full of hope and love and goodwill to all. Now, the other thing too, once again, everything depends on time and comfort levels. People have got to be comfortable with the activities that they do. If you're dealing with extra stuff and you've got enough time on your hands, you might want to swap and go from the white to adding perhaps a pink because you're experiencing low self-esteem. If you're feeling bullied in the workplace, you might want to draw in the colour yellow, like butter, because that colour assists with building your confidence and retaining hopefulness for positive outcomes. So you can adjust all of this to suit your own comfort levels and your own purpose. The time of the day or night that you do this activity is also down to personal preference. So some people might want to do it in the mornings because they shower in the morning before they head off to work. Other people are the end of day showerers. Some people shower twice a day. I'm talking about physically here, right? So you can incorporate the spiritual activity into whatever time of the day that you do it. People with insomnia and sleep problems, however, they might like to, even if they're morning showerers before they head off for the day, they might like to incorporate in an evening 3-minute shower as well, because if they do that, the warm showering helps on a physical level to address insomnia. But what people can do is use the sapphire blue to clear and cleanse themselves first, and then instead of using the white rainbow colour, which can be quite energizing, they could swap that out for a beautiful pale blue, pretty much like the color here on this slide, or even a lavender type color as part of promoting quality sleep. Now, if this is you, I'd love to hear your feedback on this. Yeah, leave your comments. Thank you. So that's it for this video, folks. Thank you for joining me and sticking with me if you have. I will put up extra techniques and strategies later on for doing this, but this one I consider to be a foundational and fundamental activity that is easy to do. But there are many other ones that we can adopt during the course of our day, and they'll be coming up in the not too distant future. In the meantime, thank you very much for joining us. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Take care. Leave your feedback. Much light and love. See you soon.